not sending regular emails to everyone in your database. So this ties in with the free offer with number one. Bless you. When I talk about your database, ideally it's going to be all the people that gave you their permission via signing up for a free offer. You know, lots of people probably have signed up for our newsletter online. I see shaking heads. Yes? It's the same idea. It's just instead of just a newsletter, that's not exciting for people. You know, unless they're following you already, unless they're really interested in your company, they're probably not going to sign up for your newsletter. So anyway, what I'm talking about here is sending regular emails out to definitely your customer base and as many of other people that you can get on the list. And it's all about staying top of mind.
How would you define regular, sending it out regularly? I mean, because you don't want to be accused of stalking or annoying people.
I guess it depends what you're going to be sending out.
Yeah.
One of my favorite examples is this sales trainer out in Washington, and he sends out sales tips. It's like almost every day.
Yeah.
But he's really good. The stuff that he sends out it's stuff that I can use. And I went years without even buying anything from this guy. But I just love to get his information. If it's kind of generic, I would say once a month at the minimum.
Yeah.
If you have something good, maybe a couple times a month.
Okay.
But the way I look at the regular emails, it's more about the fact that you're sending anything than the fact that of what you're saying. I was thinking about this insurance agent that I had years ago. This guy was amazing. Gary, you know Gary. He's the kind of guy that if you didn't have money to cover a bill, you were out of town or something like that, he would take money out of his own pocket to cover, just so your policy didn't lapse. But he was so good and so busy that he never followed up with anybody. So years later, this was like 10 years ago, I never heard from this guy and I just forgot about him. And I went to somebody else. If he had sent me a regular email once a month, just something so I remembered him, then that probably would have made a huge difference. When I talk about referrals, repeat business, if you're sending a regular email, you're going to stay top of mind. So people will remember, oh yeah, Mike, I got to call him. Or just when somebody's saying, hey, who do you know who does this? When you're out on a sales call or you're talking with a client, you say, oh, Joe. Joe's a painter. He's always sending me these great tips. So just something to be, under their nose, and it all comes down to doing it in a way that's not stalking, that's not annoying. So good content is the key. And yes, this is going to be deliberate. This is not just forwarding stuff that you see from somebody else. And I'm talking about doing a mass email. We want to personalize it. You want to do something where it says their first name. And, I can't tell you how many times I've sent out emails and people think that I did one-offs, that I sent each. They don't know that I sent this to 100 people. And I want to keep it that way. But when we're talking about leverage and doing things kind of quickly as a smaller company, you want to try to do this in one shot. So a takeaway for number 2 would be start a file for ideas of what you might write about. Start now. I have a backlog, I have a folder of all different ideas. Whenever I see something that might be interesting for my customer base, or something that I might turn into an article that write more about, I'll put it in this file. So when it comes, once a month, when it's time for me to sit down and write my newsletter or my email to everyone, I'm not scrambling for ideas or making excuses.